Let me be gracious and first congratulate TS Galaxy on progressing to the next round. Then let me also take the opportunity to appreciate the Mamelodi Sundowns players for a gallant fight against all odds. We made 3 big errors and they cost us, but we still fought and we showed very good character. And I said to them just before the penalties that if they thought that I loved them 100%, then they must know that I love them 200%. And well, that's how it is, isn't it? And yeah, congratulations to TS Galaxy, and proud of the players for representing the club and fighting very, very hard.
The circumstances are difficult. You're down to 10 men, but they still keep to the discipline. I was sitting with Bongani watching, and he was saying to me, who's playing with 10?
But it counts for nothing, doesn't it? Who cares? Who cares that you play, you're 2-0 down and you're 10 men? Who cares that you play the day after and you tell me of any club in the world, any club, I'm waiting, any club in the world that plays a day after the FIFA break? Who cares that you have the footballer of the season not here? Who cares that you have the goalkeeper of the year not here? Who cares that you don't have the defender of the year? Who cares? Who cares? Everyone will say these are excuses, and people will celebrate our downfall. But that's okay, because as human beings we plan, but God decides. And if God decides that we shouldn't win, then I guess as one of his kids, I will just have to trust in his wisdom.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Greetings again. So with the return of the Carling Knockout Cup, remember this tournament used to be known in previous years as the Telkom Knockout Cup, but then Telkom pulled away as the major sponsor for this tournament, so this tournament couldn't take place anymore. So it did return as Carling as Black Label have initiated, and the PSL reached a negotiation. They reached an agreement in their negotiation for another tournament to be added, which will give like all PSL clubs a chance to compete for major silverware. You understand? And give South African football that like urge for it to actually be considered amongst the top leagues, across the world. So with the return of the Carling Knockout Cup, we did see massive fixtures. We did see mouth-watering clashes. We have seen goals already so far. We have seen action-packed matches. And, we had to start at the Mbombela Stadium. It all started at the Mbombela Stadium on Wednesday, the 18th of October, as TS Galaxy took on Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns have won this competition before. Remember, last time they won this competition was in 2015 when they defeated the Cup specialist Kaizer Chiefs by 3-1 at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Remember, with Dennis Onyango being the hero in that encounter, and that was the game that actually made Dennis Onyango to be a legend, a renowned goalkeeping legend in South Africa, even in his home country, Uganda. And from that point onwards, he was just unstoppable. So TS Galaxy took on Mamelodi Sundowns. This was a clash of, I guess, I wouldn't necessarily say it was a David vs. Goliath kind of clash, because TS Galaxy are a great team. Remember, they won the Nedbank Cup in 2019, which was a shock defeat, by defeating Amakhosi by 1-0 in the 2019 Nedbank Cup final. So you could never say this was a David vs. Goliath clash. And TS Galaxy have shown that they are a great side. They are a team that really wants to compete at the highest level. And another thing what we could actually say is that they do have like some players that are capable of delivering on a special day. The fact that they've also got experience with Mlungisi Mbunja, the captain of the side, as well as the veteran Bernard Parker. So with all that experience, as well as Samir Nurkovic, they've got the experience. Abo Lindo Guhle as well. So, and it's basically a team that contains a mixture of experience and fresh blood. So that could actually prove to be handy for them, and it did kind of do so, because TS Galaxy has had a decent run, in terms of the league so far this season. They find themselves languishing in the top half of the table, and in recent seasons we have seen them, do very well. Like, bear in mind, in the 2018-2019 season, they did qualify for the MTN 8. They reached the top 8, so which was the first time in their history. So coming into this clash, Mamelodi Sundowns were eager to bounce back from the MTN 8 final defeat to Orlando Pirates. Mamelodi Sundowns lost on penalties to the eventual winners, Orlando Pirates, at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. They lost via penalty shootout with Bongani Zungu, junior mediator, as well as captain Tebogo Mokoena, who was not available for this clash, as he was on international duty with Bafana Bafana. So it was said that he couldn't travel back to South Africa due to the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns have got African football commitments, as they are scheduled to participate in the newly African Football League, which is said whereby they take on Petro de Luanda in Angola. They take on Luanda FC in Angola. So that will be a clash that we all look forward to. So they have to travel to Angola as they take on Petro de Luanda on Sunday, the 22nd of October, which is an away clash. So Themba Zwane, Khuliso Mudau, Tebogo Mokoena, Grant Kekana, as well as Ronan Williams. Those were all the key players that were not available for this clash for Mamelodi Sundowns due to the fact that they were on duty for Bafana Bafana. So all of them were set to travel to Angola from Cote d'Ivoire. They depart Cote d'Ivoire and travel to Angola, so they were not available for this clash. But that is not an excuse, to say the least. To be quite frank with you, I don't think that's an excuse, because Mamelodi Sundowns have got brilliant players in their team. They've got a team of 3 starting lineups. They've got a squad of 3 starting lineups. You understand? They've got quality in their team. The incredible amount of depth that they have, you wouldn't expect that to be an excuse. You wouldn't think that, it's like anything would be difficult for them. Remember, they were also without their Brazilian star player, Lucas Ribeiro Costa. They were also without Peter Shalulile, as Coach Rulani mentioned that he was out with injury, but perhaps maybe he sustained an injury while he was also on international duty for his country, Namibia, in which we will face them in our group, which Bafana Bafana will face Namibia in the African Cup of Nations, which is scheduled to kick off in January 2024 in Ivory Coast. And remember, Bafana Bafana is also with Tunisia. They also have Mali. So it's a tough one. It's a tough group. It's not going to be easy, because Tunisia is a formidable side. Formidable side. You understand? They've qualified for the past 2 World Cups. They've performed at a higher level. If you compare them to Bafana Bafana and Mali, currently Mali is on fire. Mali is on form. Mali is ranked 8th. If you look at the FIFA rankings, Mali, when you look at the African teams where they rank in the FIFA rankings, so you look at the FIFA rankings and then you look at the rankings of the highest ranked teams, highest ranked African teams on the FIFA rankings, Mali is 8th, the 8th highest ranking team on the FIFA rankings. So it's going to be very difficult for South Africa. It's not going to be an easy one. But then hopefully, we hope that the group of 1996, which That was the only time in which Bafana Bafana won the African Cup of Nations on their home soil. We hope they can take inspiration from them. Salute the heroes of 1996 and take inspiration from them. Despite the fact that all odds will be against them, and considering the fact that Bafana Bafana haven't really been at their best, they've really played poorly. They played poorly against Eswatini at the FNB Stadium, being held to a goalless draw. And luckily, against Cote d'Ivoire, wow, the Sundowns players turned up the heat. Tebogo Mokoena, you understand? Themba Zwane getting a brilliant goal. Wow. I mean, Themba Zwane Mshishi, what a player, man. What a player. Great player. And even the coach, Hugo Boos, was praising Mshishi. But this is the same guy that didn't want to put Mshishi in the squad due to his age. But look at this guy. This is a player you need. It's not about age. It's about quality. The quality that the player can bring to the side. If you want results, you got to understand that experience also comes in very handy into any team. You understand? So, Mshishi scored the goal, and then obviously Borussia Dortmund striker Sebastian Haller, equalized for them. So it was a great game, great result for Bafana Bafana. Great result. I understand it was a friendly game, but it's a great result considering they were playing away from home in Abidjan. So kudos to Bafana Bafana. And also kudos to Khuliso Mudau. Khuliso Mudau is, I think, the best right back in the country. And it seems like Hugo Boss doesn't like Khuliso Mudau. He seems to go with Nico Mobi. But Khuliso Mudau, arguably, he's the best right back in the country so far. He's the best. He's consistent. He's powerful. He makes those dazzling runs. He's just a menace to the opposition. You understand? He even scores goals. I mean, we saw his quality in the first leg of the MTN 8 semi-final against Kaizer Chiefs at the FNB Stadium with that powerful header. It shows that this guy is he's a quality player. He is. And he's arguably the best right back in the country. So therefore, it wasn't really, with that being said, it was not an excuse for Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, they still had the players. They had Bongani Zungu. They had Neo Maema in the starting 11 as well. Marcelo Allende, of course, their star player. They also had Junior Mendieta as well. We also saw Lebohang Mabue. This was his first start of the season for Lebohang Mabue after a long injury, and he's still a quality player as well. They had players like, Riyad Peterson, good goalkeeper, experienced as well, former Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper. They still had depth in their team. Rivaldo Kudzia was still playing. He was there as well. All these players that were in the starting 11, so you wouldn't expect the coach to make any excuses, Despite that all being mentioned, TS Galaxy took the lead in the 12th minute, thanks to a great assist by the Brazilian midfielder Vidal. He set up Spiro Mahlangu after, it was poor defending from Mamelodi Sundowns. A miscommunication between the goalkeeper and the midfielder. It was Bongani Zungu as well as the goalkeeper Peters. Miscommunication between the two of them, which proved to be heavily costly. And Spiro Mahlangu capitalized. They were punished in the 12th minute. Spiro Mahlangu, that's his second goal of the season in all competitions. Remember, he's got one goal in the league so far in the DStv Premiership. And including this goal that he just scored against Mamelodi Sundowns. So that's his second goal of the season. Punishing Mamelodi Sundowns for bad defending. Miscommunication between goalkeeper and midfielder. And again, they were punished Mamelodi Sundowns for not defending well. Again, Bongani Zungu caught out. He was caught out again. You wouldn't really expect that from Uzungu. Considering a player of his caliber, a player of his experience, a player who has played at the highest level, you wouldn't expect him to be making those schoolboy mistakes. He's supposed to be leading by example. You'd expect him to be showing more leadership, leading by example. Because he was caught out there. He was not supposed to allow Mbunjana to come in front of him. He was not supposed to let that happen. So, TS Galaxy doubled their lead in the 16th minute, 4 minutes later from a corner kick. You understand? Umlungisi Mpunchana, captain fantastic, rising up, putting the ball in the back of the net to make it 2-0. Poor defending again. Bongani Zungu again, caught out once again. I think he really needs to work more on his fitness levels, work more on his performance. And I think at this particular moment, I think his confidence is low. Well, judging from that, besides the red card, but judging from his performance, I think his confidence is very low. So, yeah, I think the coach has to give him more game time, give him more of a chance to let him work on his fitness and get his confidence levels back, And then, so at halftime, it was still 2-0. Sundowns really struggled to get their rhythm in the first half. They struggled. And credit goes to TS Galaxy. Credit also goes to the coach. You understand? Credit goes to the coach of TS Galaxy. They stuck to their game plan. They knew what they wanted to do. Their game plan seemed like, you know what, let's go early. Let's make use of our set pieces. Let's catch them out since they don't have their star players. You understand? Let's catch them out. Let's use this to our advantage. And you understand? Work on the lead and defend the lead. And that's exactly what they did. So momentum was with the Rockets going into halftime break. But wow, boy oh boy, Mamelodi Sundowns, Marcelo Allende, showing his class again. Boy oh boy, pulling one back, long range effort. Cool, calm and collected, slotted into the bottom left corner. Long range effort, bringing them back into the game. Captain Allende, bringing Mamelodi Sundowns back into the game. I mean, he had a wonderful performance. Wow, Allende is a quality player, man. He's a quality player. He's a gem, man. This is a player who you see playing in La Liga. Perhaps he could play for teams like, you fancy him playing for teams like Valencia, or playing for a team like Atletico Madrid, or playing for a team like Granada or Girona. He could fit into those teams perfectly. I mean, what a player he is, man. What a player. Solid. Marcelo Allende. And then, I don't know what's going on between Rulani Mokoena as well as the Uruguayan dribbling wizard Gaston Sirino, but what a player he is. Another player. I think there's bad blood between the coaches, the player and the coach, but we hope it will be resolved soon because Sirino still has quality. Sirino is a wonderful player, man. Very talented. You understand? Very talented. Very gifted. You understand? I mean, he got the equalizer for the team. I mean, there was a South American combination. Chile, Uruguay. From a corner, Sirino unmarked. Wow. Slotted it in with the first time volley. It was not really a volley. It was just like he was just intending to pass it straight into the back of the net. It did take a touch off a TS Galaxy player, but the goal was credited to the Uruguayan, Gaston Sirino. And it was game on. Dying minutes of the game. As well as we saw, it was great character from Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, playing with 10 players. Not even playing with the players that you normally play with. Playing with 10 players, and you're on the back foot, but you still play football. You still play the same way you normally play. I mean, Sundowns is a team that has shown character. And I think we got to give it to them. After the fact that even though Zungu might have cost them the game, that was a bad tackle. And for the fact that he was still justifying the fact that, he was claiming that, no, he didn't do anything, but that was a bad tackle. A career-ending tackle. At 37 years old, Bernard Parker. I mean, Bernard Parker, in most instances, a 37-year-old could never retire from could never recover from that kind of injury. That was a bad tackle. And I think he does owe Parker an apology. And you wouldn't expect that from him. A player, like I said earlier on, a player of his caliber, a player who has played at the highest level, you would never expect that from him. Never. You'd expect him to show more leadership, to show more emotional intelligence. For a player of his caliber, who has played at the highest level. You wouldn't expect that from him. Although it wasn't malicious though. The tackle was not malicious. You could tell he was going for the ball, but it was very dangerous still. And he could have at least, apologized, showed more sportsmanship, and gone and apologized to Bernard Parker. Instead, he wanted to justify his actions, which is very wrong. It's very wrong. But I guess, Sundowns has always been playing dirty, because I've seen in previous games, man, Sundowns their players really play dirty, man. That's not football how you play. If that's the way you play, that's not football. That's not football. You're playing another sport. Football, you cannot just go around lunging into tackles, just kicking people. That's not how football is. Yes, of course, you do make tackles. It's a physical sport, You have to make contact, but you don't just lunge in like that. You don't. Although anyway, the game was forced into extra time, and there was not really much that happened in extra time. Nothing really much. There was not much that happened in extra time. So the game had to go straight to a penalty shootout. And obviously, TS Galaxy emerging victorious, thanks to their goalkeeper, their Rwandan goalkeeper. He was a hero, saving 2 spot kicks from Brian Onyango, as well as substitute Lisiba Nku. So, TS Galaxy advancing to the next round. And man of the match was given to, surprisingly, Mlungisi Mpunjana. But I guess it's more of a fact that maybe the Chiefs and Pirates fans were the ones who voted for him. Because in my opinion, I think man of the match was Marcelo Allende. Even though he ended up on the losing team, but man of the match indeed was Marcelo Allende. Undoubtedly so. He was supposed to be the man of the match. He was supposed to be given the man of the match honors. But hey, I guess supporters. So it's the supporters' decision. And Captain Fantastic, Mlungisi Mpunjana, taking the man of the match, 100,000 rand. He's walking home with it. Well, in the next game that took place at Orlando Stadium, moving on to the next game that took place at Orlando Stadium, Pirates coming into this game fresh off defending their MTN 8 crown. They were booming with confidence, and this was perhaps they were fancying another chance of maybe winning a 4th consecutive title. Remember, they won the MTN 8, they also won the Nedbank Cup, and now they also won the MTN 8 again recently. Now this is their chance of winning another title consecutively in a row. So coming into this one, there was not really much pressure on the Buccaneers, but you could feel that they were fancying their chances of lifting another trophy. And then on the side of Cape Town Spurs, it has been a dreadful season for them. With even the sacking of Sean Bartlett, they've been winless and they've yet to win a game so far this season. They're yet to even at least collect points. They've never drawn a game. They're yet to even win a game. So they've had a dreadful season. They've had a dreadful start to the season. And in my own opinion, I don't see them surviving the drop. There's no way Cape Town Spurs is going to survive the drop. They've already lost 8 games in a row. That's like basically a quarter of the games that they're supposed to play in the league. So, and in order for them, if they are to survive the drop, they're going to have to win all the rest of their games. It's as simple as that, which obviously is highly impossible, but they have to, because they're already on the back foot. They've lost 8 consecutive games. And coming into this one, maybe this game could have boosted their confidence, their morale. But again, you're playing away to Orlando Pirates. It's never going to be easy. And our Orlando Pirates showed their class. Although the game in the first half was pretty balanced, it was a game of 2 halves. Cape Town Spurs were in control in the first half. They gave Orlando Pirates a game. They were tough. They showed how tough they are. They really wanted to win. And then Cupido, that was the chance. That was the one chance where Cape Town Spurs could have grabbed the goal. You understand? Instead of passing the ball, he decided to take a shot, which proved to be costly for them. As again, they slunk to another defeat. Orlando Pirates emerging victorious 2-0. Evidence Mahopa making his first start of the season. Even Thembinkosi Lodge making his first start of the season, as well as defender Nda making his first start of the season, the Nigerian. And wow, Evidence Makgopa took his opportunity very well. He's the one who won the penalty after a horror error from the Cape Town Spurs goalkeeper Zama Dlamini. Zama Dlamini made a horror error. He saved the ball, he spilled it. Evidence Makgopa, what a player, managed to pounce on it and win his team a penalty after being fouled by the goalkeeper Dlamini. And the penalty was converted by none other than the less Captain Fantastic Thapelo Qogi. And then Erasmus doubled their lead shortly, Kermit Erasmus, getting his first goal of the season after some slick play from Orlando Pirates, combining again with Evidence Makgopa. Wonderful pass to set out the veteran striker Kermit Erasmus, who rounded the goalkeeper, slotted the ball into the back of the net, and the game was done and dusted. Teminkosi Lodge, on his first appearance of the season, getting a Man of the Match award, 100,000 in the bag. Straight up, what a player, what a talent. Wonderful player, excellent to watch, marvelous. Yeah, so in today's games, we are looking forward to today's games. Golden Arrows take on Cape Town Spurs at the Mpumalanga Stadium in Hammarsdale, KwaZulu-Natal. Coming into this one, Golden Arrows have started the season brilliantly, man. I mean, they're second. They're in second position. Second place in the league. What a start to the season they've had. And remember, they're yet to win a trophy. You know, last time they won a trophy was in 2009. When they defeated another Cape Town side, Ajax Cape Town 6-0. You understand? So hopefully Golden Arrows can fancy their chances of clinching silverware for the first time in as many years, in over a decade. And also Cape Town City, on the side of Cape Town City, this is a rejuvenated Cape Town City side. They've won like 2 games in a row, winning the Cape Town Derby, as well as also defeating Kaizer Chiefs 1-0 away from home. Coming into this one, remember Cape Town City did win this trophy in their maiden season, after the purchase of Mpumalanga Black Aces, and they then relocated to Cape Town, and they're now playing as Cape Town City. So they won this trophy in the 2016-2017 season. That was their first trophy. Last time they won a trophy was also was the MTN 8. But from that point onwards, they haven't really shown consistency in terms of being they haven't really been consistent in terms of being demonstrated to be a big side, a top club. You know, they haven't really been consistent over the past few seasons, but hopefully we will see something. You know, we will see. It's a great game for us to look forward to, as well as the other game that takes place is Cup specialist Kaizer Chiefs take on AmaZulu, locking horns with AmaZulu at the FNB Stadium, as well as later on we see Sekhukhune United take on Royal AM, and then there's also a game that will take place between Chippa United as well as Stellenbosch and Gqeberha at the Nelson Mandela Bay. So those are the games to look forward to. We'll be in touch after these games. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, provide your own analysis, provide your predictions, and we'll be in touch very soon, pretty soon. Stay tuned.
For the final of the MTN 8s. Starting lineup then for TX Galaxy, showing 4 changes from the loss against Stellenbosch FC on the 4th of October. Fiacre Ntwari, the Rwandan goalkeeper, gets his debut start for the club, the 24-year-old. Max Munyai back in the starting lineup, as well. Mpombelasi and Lindu Kuchli and Bata will also be on the bench today. There's the formation as they'll start then. It is a 4-4-2. Munyai and Lesenyo in defence. They'll have to cope with a very hard ride, who make 7 changes from the side that played in the MTN 8 final on the 7th of October against Orlando Pirates, losing their only match of the season. It's nice to see debut start for Rushin Deruk. He hasn't played this season at all. Spelem Kalise. So this is how they're going to line up then. It is a 3-5-2 at the back. Rushin Duruk and with the will of Adel Amunaim will play wide with Lebusa Zungu and Kutsia in the middle.
Good evening, Mr. Kevin. It's good to be here. Super excited for this game.
And again, Mr. Bambiso gives the okay. Allende, there's the knockdown, but not quite effectively enough.
Well delivered ball, just quite out of that 18-yard.
Abdel Munaim pause that thought for a moment, because here comes Sibili Bili. Vidal! And goal, surely! TX Galaxy open the scoring, and then Pompela.
Just doing a great pickup in that midfield, playing that ball through for Vidal. Teruk will be really disappointed at the way that he defended in that instance. But of course, TS Galaxy will be really happy. Look at that defense splitting pass from Sibilibili. That's the confusion we're talking about, the telepathy and understanding of Mamelodi Sundowns in the squad that they're playing this evening.
Was it an own goal from Butuil, or was it a goal for Spibe Maklangu? Yeah, it might very well be given to the man who scored it. Coach said he'd love another victory, and he might very well get it as well. Mbunchana rises majestically. 2-0, 2 goals in 2 minutes. TX Galaxy have fired the rockets.
Yeah, once again, a great header there from Mbunjane. Well delivered corner set piece there from Vidal. Finds Mbunjane, who does really show that he rises up the highest, makes sure that he does beat Riyadh.
It's a late run into the penalty area. He's not picked up by Bongani Zungu. Notes on the social media platforms is that they came back to win by 2-1. Shot and a miss from Mabue. They have to get themselves in those areas. They have to get the shots away. There's a call for the ball to be slid across to the left-hand side.
Yep. I think a great pickup from Mabue in the spaces, but I thought Mendieta was a bit...
Encounter. Rather concerned looking at Rulani Makwena, and there's more pressure to come from Magella, who's got space but can't pull the trigger to great effect. It was disappointing. Again, it's this long ball.
Yet again, it's that long ball that shouldn't be troubling the likes of Lebusa. They allow it to bounce. Of course.
Free kick, it's a good one as well. The man who was reprimanded by the referee moments ago, Bongani Zungu, looking for his first goal. Jankaran Tware on debut for TS Galaxy's first ever match in South Africa. Space for the header. That's gone over the top. There's an offside flag up against Sundowns anyway.
This then just means that Mamelodi Sundowns need to be a little bit creative with those set pieces, because in open play it just seems to be tough, but Util does really well.
Allende, it's wide. I think there was a slight slip from the captain of Mamelodi Sundowns as well, who gets a little bit maybe unfairly booed by the home supporters. Foot up challenge from Munyai. Allende takes it quickly, it's a lovely ball. Mendieta! Good save from Twari. Mendieta has another bite of the cherry. Twari.
Yep, TS Galaxy just really allowing that ball to fly over, getting in behind the defense for Mendieta to unleash a powerful shot. Tuari, great positioning to save.
That's a lovely touch, in fact, in return by Mosa Lebusa. Mamelodi Sundowns are playing the Sundowns way, you know.
Of course, and that's the final third.
Mendieta, Allende, pulls one back. Game on in Mpumpela. The belief is back in the Sundowns camp, and to be honest, they deserve it.
Sundowns fighting, they are back in it. Started the second half very well, opening exchanges, good combinations, and it had to be Allende. Mendieta, in the mix of it all, linking up with Allende, unleashes a powerful shot that finally beats Ntwari. Very well deserving from the captain.
Yeah, there's so much composure in this situation. Just look at the layoff from Mendieta. One touch, picked his spot very nicely, Allende. might miss the next match in the league by 2-0 at half-time. Melende reduces that deficit by half, and Zungu is the latest man. Oh, straight red card! Over the top of the ball, challenge from Bongani Zungu. Oh, my goodness me. Bernard Parker, the veteran, has gone down, and there could be serious problems here for Bernard Parker from a physical point of view. Zungu can't believe it. It's very emotional. Wow. Always be a danger in these sort of situations. Mosele Pusa was on a handball. Daruk claiming. Referee says corner, and Daruk can't believe it.
And now this looks like a Mamelodi Sundowns threatening where set pieces are concerned, fighting for that second ball. Daruk just unfortunate.
Lende, space for Rivaldo Kutsia. It's a good header, you know. Headed it.
That have implemented, it has really eliminated that outlet of a reference in Amunchela or Sibilibili with the explosive pace, which then now changes how it is that they approach the second half.
It was a good little peel off here by Maseko. Fortunately, the header doesn't find him from Junior Mendieta. Oh, Sleepy in the midfield. Great opportunity from Kulise. And Ku, Maseko. Mendieta over the top.
TS Galaxy doing really well to get behind the Sundowns, those spaces to give those intricate passing. The likes of Alende, Mendieta really trying to get those combinations going, forced to take shots out of range. Nothing to trouble Ntwari.
I really don't think. Now, we are going to have a fairly lengthy amount of stoppage time added on to the end of this encounter because of that injury to Bernard Parker. In the meantime, chance for a third goal. Rakwena testing Petersa, but it should be a regulation save for a goalkeeper of his status. Saw this sort of drama between Baroka FC and Orlando Pirates in a league match. Gaston Serino! On the volley, beaten 20, 2-2, extra time for sure. Sundowns as well.
Once again, Alende at the end of that set piece, connecting there with Serino. Mendieta also in the mix of things. Mamelodi Sundowns throwing everything at it. A bit of ping pong. Could have had a TS Galaxy last touch.
Where's the pickup? Look at his pace. Side footer. Game, set and match. And there's protection on that left hand upright.
Super sub Serino. Big match temperament calls for.
Google it. Free kick for Rompata. No, he's changed his mind. It's Lesowenyo. It's a great header from Mosele Busa. Ball, he scored the final goal, by the way, in the 90. This is Lesiba Nku. Oh, it's a lovely dummy from Nku. Space at the back post. The ball arrived quickly on Junior Mendieta, and I think he was just for Bull Park Stadium as Maseko goes in the area. There's space for Serino. Is that a handball? The referee says no. Patricio Sanoka in trouble again. From Mamelodi Sundowns, and of course there will be. The ball is arriving so quickly and the hands are in a natural position, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think that was a hard enough call. Nor does it hit Sanoka in areas where it might really matter. I don't think it's...
Lovely bloke as well. Finally, it's like a boxing match, you know, when the two fighters are brought together with a referee and he says, you know, break when I say break, don't hold, protect yourself at all times, God bless you, all that sort of stuff. Except these guys all have gloves on, but they're not going to be punching each other. So it's going to be the captain himself, Mr. Umlumkisi Mpunjana, 33 years old. be the man to give TX Galaxy the advantage of striking first, therefore forcing Mamelodi Sundowns into playing catch-up. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Sundowns who started the penalty shootout first against Orlando Pirates in the cup final, the 7th of October. This is a slight change, but it does add a little bit more pressure to Mamelodi Sundowns. It's got to be converted though. Mbunjana against Petersa. The penalty shootout starts. You've got a fingertip to it, you know, Petersa. Success for TX Galaxy. They lead 1-0 in the shootout.
Precision, power. Mbunjana knew exactly where he wanted to put the penalty. Beats Riyad Peterson.
Success for the captain of TX Galaxy. The final substitute, I think it was the final substitute, Brian Onyango, the Kenyan centre-back who came on for Mamelodi Sundowns. He's going to take the first spot kick. Left-footed player Brian Onyango. Onyango up against Mtwari. First penalty that Mtwari will face in the colours of the Rockets. Great save, Mtwari! Sundowns miss another penalty. Advantage the Rockets. Is deja vu in the offing.
Yep, Onyango wanted to go for power. Mtwari chooses the right side. Strong hand to deny Onyango. Great save from Mtwari.
It's never easy when you miss your first one. Letsowenyo, who the Sereno goal was adjudged to be an own goal off this man. Letsowenyo trying to make amends. Peterson guesses the right way. Somehow the ball squeezes past the goalminder, and the Galaxy lead 2-0 in the shootout. Wow. Good fortune plays a part in the game of football too, you know.
Good fortune does indeed play a good part. Riyad Peterson had full control of it. Just the power beating him. Slips right under him. Allows TX Galaxy the advantage.
Incredible. Anyana Letsowenyo. Now it's Gaston Sereno. Came off the bench. Was instrumental in getting the goal that equalised matters in the 90. Can he pull a goal back here for Sundowns in the shootout? Gaston Sereno. Yep. Still work to be done for Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yep, Sereno goes to the goalkeeper's right. Great penalty.
You know, it's an interesting one because, you know, sometimes at the end of a season when you have teams trying to escape relegation and you're depending on results coming from other teams to benefit you, beating other teams above you so that you can also win and then, you know, survive relegation. Well, it's this sort of situation now. The Sundowns are relying on Galaxy to miss,
yep,
or for Peterson to make a save. Jesus Anoka had a bit of a hammy problem. Can he put that behind him? And puts TX Galaxy further in front. Oh, it's a really good penalty. TX Galaxy lead 3-1.
Sanoka takes a brilliant penalty. Puts it where goalkeepers usually struggle. That's those high up positions, quite risky. But the defender calmly slots this one past Riyad Peterson.
Great work done by Mbunjana, by Letsowenyo, and by Sanoka. Onyango missed, Sereno scored. Alende has to score to keep Mamelodi Sundowns continuing to apply the pressure to the Rockets. had a brilliant game today as the captain, Marcelo Allende. Can he finish it off from the spot? Yeah, he does. Composure, precision. Sundowns have their second.
Allende shows great composure. Puts it far beyond reach of goalkeeper Ntwari.
Yeah, that's quality, isn't it? Cello Allende, he's led absolutely amazingly tonight. Pulled his side back from the brink. At 2-0, referee having a chat to the new man, Vladimir Siladi, the 30-year-old. Only his third match, all of them off the bench for TX Galaxy. Can the Serbian score off the post? No save required. Sundowns back in it. Or are they?
Siladi just chooses to go the right way. Couldn't beat the upright. Comes back to hit Riyad Peterson. Could have gone anywhere. Fortune has favoured Riyad.
TX Galaxy missed their first. Now the youngster who came off the bench, Kiabetswe Ramotai, former All-Stars, attacking midfielder, played as a striker tonight. Lots and lots of pressure on a young face. Can he convert this into glory? Well, a little bit of a shimmy in front of the ball, and that had Ntwari a little bit nervous. There's every bit of belief. Now, it's quite a direct run here, although it does shimmy off to the right-hand side now. Ramotsai! Wow.
You gotta love it. Look at the confidence.
The belief of a young man. Ramotsai ties us up at 3-all.
It's the confidence for me. He takes his time about it, knew exactly what he wanted to do. Ntwari, no chance.
That's a top-class penalty. We've seen some good penalties. Serino, Allende, Ramotsai, all taking very good penalties. Look at the smile on the face of the youngster. Now it's Max Munyai. And we're back in that type of situation where nobody can afford to miss. 4 penalties apiece. And almost from now, it's sudden death, isn't it?
Yep.
Max Munyai, 32-year-old, he's had a good match tonight. Picky spot he does. Sends Peterson the wrong way. Galaxy back in front, and the pressure reverts.
Munyai steps up, lots of power. Beating Riyad Peterson, almost sends it exactly where Riyad Peterson is coming from. Just down that middle.
Yeah, good work done, very calm indeed. Been singing the praises of this man, I certainly have. I've enjoyed the way he played in the place of Bongani Zungu, organised that midfield, came off the flank, played much more central. And very impressive performance tonight from Spelele Mkhulise, the 27-year-old, another former Leopards man. He has to score, otherwise this is done. If he does score, we're going to sudden death. Mkhulise, very focused indeed. Sends Ntwari the wrong way, scores. That's 4 in a row for Sundowns. The belief must be growing in the Sundowns camp.
Yeah, Mkhulise has matured so well in this Mamelodi Sundowns team. Great composure, takes his time, calmly slots it past through Ntwari.
Yeah, it's a good penalty. Just opened his body a little. Sent Ntwari the wrong way. A little slider into that left-hand upright. Now, we've had one Serbian that hit the post. Another Serbian substitute. Samir Nurkovic, Kaizer Chiefs, Royal AM. Well, they didn't play for Royal. Did play, certainly, and made a huge impression of Kaizer Chiefs. Where does Nurkovic go? Every single penalty is pressure now in this period. Little daisy cutter. Nurkovic puts the Rockets back in front, and this is now where the benefit comes in of having taken and scored the first penalty.
Nurkovic, one of the seasoned campaigners in TS Galaxy colours, shows great experience, shows composure.
Very similar methodology to Kulise, because he approached the ball and then just opened his body out. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Good penalty taken. Lesiba Nku came off the bench, the 27-year-old, based in the Limpopo province with Polokwane City, and then Marumo Gallants in his 8th appearance for the club this season. Lesiba Nku has to score, otherwise it's done. Can't imagine the sort of pressure they're feeling. He's a left-footed player, and Nku! Saved by Twali! TX Galaxy subject Mamelodi Sundowns to successive penalty defeats in cup competition, and they'll be the first side through to the draw for the next round of the Carling Knockout Cup. It was such a close-run thing with that goal from Serena, or was it the own goal from Lesowenyo in the final touch of 90 minutes that let Mamelodi Sundowns off the hook and leveled the scores at 2-2 after 90 minutes. No goals in the extra time period. Came down to penalties, and in successive matches Mamelodi Sundowns are beaten from the penalty spot. One must give a bow to Fiacre
Wow. And then on Sunday, wow. Great result. The shocking result. I mean, Polokwane City, how do you lead 4-0 against SuperSport United? One of the biggest clubs in the history of South African football. This is a newly promoted team. Polokwane City, rise and shine. Wow. Defeating SuperSport Matsatsantsa Pitori by 4-1 at the TUT Stadium. Away from home even. Oof. Yeah, man. Hey, it was this past weekend was hectic, man. Morocco Swallows out, Kaizer Chiefs out, Mamelodi Sundowns out, SuperSport United out. So the only big club that remains is Orlando Pirates. That's the only big club that remains, and which is so interesting. Very interesting. It gives all these smaller clubs a chance to compete for silverware. All these small teams now have a chance to compete. Ordinarily, you would never fancy any of these small teams to win. You would never. Go. Richards Bay emerging victorious against the Dube Birds by 2-1. Thanks to goals by former Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates defender Abel Mabaso in the 15th minute. And then Nyamela Mbutuma scoring the winning goal in the 61st minute, as he was assisted by Tepo Mabua. Nyamela Mbutuma, he could have had a second goal, which was just a poor finish. He could have... Remember Kwanda Ngonyama. Kwanda Ngonyama is an experienced defender. You would never expect Ngonyama to make those kind of mistakes. Failing to trap the ball, which could have sealed the game by that time. Had Mbutuma been more clinical, he could have had a brace. And then we saw Gabadino Mango. He got the equalizer in the early minutes of the second half, thanks to the former combination of the two former Orlando Pirates players, Bongani Sam as well as Gabadino Mango combining. And Gabadino Mango slotted that ball cool, calm and collected with his left foot, his weaker foot. What a brilliant goal. Gabadino Mango showing his class again, showing that he is a classy player. Wow. And then he almost scored from a free kick. And you could see that free kick was a long way out. You could never fancy that going in, but it almost did. It just went by inches wide. It missed the target by inches. But congratulations to Kaitano Tembu and his troops, the Natal Rich Boys, making history after, they've had a dreadful season so far. They've only won one game coming into this one, and it was against Morocco Swallows at the Dobsonville Stadium, winning by 1-0. That was their only win of the season. And again, wow, Swallows seems to be their favorite opponents. They've beaten Morocco Swallows twice already this season, and they still have to meet again in the second round of fixtures in the league. Seems to be Steve Kompela. His record against Richards Bay seems to be poor. Back-to-back defeats against the Natal Rich Boys for the great mentor, Steve Kompela. Congratulations to the Natal Rich Boys once again. Then we go into the next game. The major shock. Coming into this one, you would expect SuperSport to win this one. They have won the Telkom knockout several times. You understand? They have won it several times. I still refer this tournament as the Telkom knockout because it was known as the Telkom knockout before. You understand? So it will take time for me to know to get used to the fact that it's now known as the Carling Knockout Cup. New sponsor, new tournament, but still the same format. All 16 teams in the DStv Premiership competing for silverware, which is basically South Africa's League Cup. What they have in the Premier League, what they call the Carabao Cup, as well as it is basically our Copa del Rey, our own version of the Copa del Rey. In La Liga, they have the Copa del Rey, where all the teams from the top flight compete, including other teams from lower divisions. So yeah, SuperSport, unbelievable. They started the game very well though. Lyle Lakay crossing the ball to Nigerian centre forward Etiosa Igodaro, who missed the target by inches. SuperSport could have taken the lead. They clearly showed intention from the first whistle. And then secondly, Bradley Grobler hitting the post with his left foot. Great left-footed strike by the veteran striker. Great left-footed strike. It hit the post. SuperSport could have been 2-0 up already. But wow, how things can just change. How things can just change. How things can just change. Oswin Apollos, scoring his third goal of the season against his former team, giving Polokwane City the lead. Wow, against the run of play. Oswin Apollos, what a great player he is, man. Only 23 years old. He still has a bright future ahead of him. He's been instrumental so far this season for Polokwane City. And like I mentioned again, this was his third goal of the season. Remember, he already has 2 goals in the DSTV Premiership. This was his third goal of the season. Oswin Apollos. Remember, he only made 5 appearances for Matsatsanza Pitori before moving to University of Pretoria, Tax. So basically, this was a return to a former hunting ground in a way. Although this game took place at the TUT Stadium, but I'm sure Tax does sometimes, Amatax, they do play their games at the TUT Stadium. Oswin Apollos started his career at Ajax Cape Town, his youth career at Ajax Cape Town, before he was scouted by SuperSport United. They brought him down here to Pretoria. Great player, wonderful future ahead of him. Pacey, versatile, he's skillful, has got great dribbling ability, great goal scoring ability. Even he demonstrated that yesterday. He even provided a goal, so wow, man, great player, man. Provided an assist for a goal. What a player, man. Great player. Polokwane City are basically like a team that you can see is building, under their mentor Letlono Siema. Experience mixed with great youngsters. Experience mixed with great youngsters. And who provides the experience? The one and only man of the match, Dumiso Mapena. Wow, man. What a player. He still has it in him. Dumiso Mapena. Instrumental. As always. Great player. And then we saw Polokwane City took the lead. Doubled their advantage. Through Rodney Mapangela. What a ridiculous goal that was. I don't even think anybody expected that to find the back of the net. Ricardo Goss, the goalkeeper of SuperSport United, was expecting the ball to go wide. It was ridiculous, man. Great goal. Mapangela again was on target, making it 3-0. It was 2-0 when Mapangela scored, and then Hlaisi Chauke made it 3-0, and then again made it 4-0. Hlaisi Chauke got his brace. 3 youngsters on the books of Polokwane City, rise and shine. Rodney Mapangule, Hlaisi Chauke, these are 2 youngsters as well. So, great game, great performance by Rise and Shine. And then we saw those substitutes clearly. Remember, Polokwane City were 2-0 up at halftime. So coming into the second half, you could tell that it was kind of over, but we know Matsatsanza Pitori. They've got the coach, they've got a great mentor, they've got great players. And we saw that Kevin Hunt, he made 4 substitutions going into the second half. But unfortunately, they didn't prove to be effective enough. But luckily, they did get the consolation as they were 4-0 down, which was like they did put some respect to the scoreline. Terence Juka Manja scoring his 3rd goal of the season since joining from Orlando Pirates. Terence Chukwuemeka getting his third goal of the season in the 80th minute. It was just a mere consolation. Yeah. Well, the draw has been set. Richards Bay take on Orlando Pirates in the quarterfinals. And then we saw also Kukune take on TS Galaxy. Polokwane City take on Stellenbosch FC. As well as the fact that in the All KZN Derby, the Durban Derby, exactly, Amazulu takes on Golden Arrows. Mouth-watering clashes. Mouth-watering clashes to look forward to. Please, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, comment, mention your own predictions, mention your own analysis, and we'll be in touch pretty soon. I'll also give you my own predictions ahead of the quarterfinals. Like I said, Richards Bay takes on Orlando Pirates, right, in early November. Sekhukhune takes on TS Galaxy. And then in the All KZN Derby, Amazulu take on Golden Arrows, and Polokwane City take on Stellenbosch FC. Yeah, great. So we'll be in touch pretty soon. I hope you guys are doing well, wherever you are. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the football. Hard it to Kaizer Chiefs fans. I'm deeply sorry for your guys' loss again. Sorry to Mamelodi Sundowns supporters. Although they were in action against Pedro de Luanda in Angola in the African Football League, they won by 2-0, thanks to goals by Marcelo Allende as well as Tapelo Maseko, securing a 2-0 victory for them away from home in the first leg. Kudos to Mamelodi Sundowns as they did bounce back from back-to-back cup defeats. So cheers. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment and mention your own predictions. We'll be in touch pretty soon, man. Cheers, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the rest of your day. Wow.
Yes! Uyathetha ugoalkeeper kwathi uthetha kufanele yini abengayenza kulela bhola likatholani ukhatha inside ulibuyisa unyaweni lwakhe lo lwashangalo washaya kuzoba igoli losuku leli limnandi kakhulu ibhola lakhe laphana ke uTebo Kgotholani insizwa ke wakwadlala kancane Cosmos lo naku Pirates yena akaza kube khona kuma respect lo mfana kuma respect last season he was at Maritzburg but this is Arrows in a moment of attack. Uteran joins the attack. Utlolane Vekutorona on the side. I spoke about these two elements that Arrows that they want to do, but again the important part is how Utlolane terminates. He goes to his stronger foot, which is the left, and determination, unbelievable technical quality. Ngibona lapha uFanier Den ubezimele nje amele ngiyacabanga ukuthi uzoshaya because sometimes ama defender baya assume baya predict nje baqaqela ukuthi angeke ashaye and uXolani nangokuthatha ishot elimnandi yabona la ngempela iArrows yenza into enhle ithathe umdla hawu asibone lapha ukuthi ke lingenza njani yes ushaya lapha ke ibhola elihle kakhulu lapha uTahir Khudeman imarking lapha ke ubalahlile uqhamuke nje ngesiphoke kubona uyabona umuntu aqhamuke nje engabona umuntu akhona umuntu omphikayo nangethola ibhola lokwenza 1-1. Poor marking from Arrows, concentration moment where they needed to concentrate. At the time Cape Town City goes on the wide areas, they need to be able to secure that center because if Upegala Gonzalez plays Umayo, the important part by Umayo, but Ukros, he played Khudeman on side. I think the defensive line was not synchronized. Must synchronize number together and push up together. But Mangapegu Cross Usele and Ungandi was caught in position to Makuno Tata in this situation. Khudeman was free. So Cross plays Cape Town City on side. It speaks to a defensive line that is not synchronized. Ufuna ukubheka nje ukuthi lishintshile ni direction ibhola ngesikhathi lishaya esandleni asiboneke lapha ke uNduduzo usibiya uyishila uvele emseni Nduduzo 2-1 good penalty shaya ngempela ugoalkeeper umthengile
ya mara sisafuna ukuyibona ukuthi yenzakale kanjani le penalty.
Lana ngilibonile edlulile ngasesandleni ndodi ilula isandla kodwa ukuthi le bhola lishintshile yini
I-direction of ball.
i-direction laseliya phezulu lashaya ku-crossbar angazi kodwa ke bengizoyibalekela mina le ngoba ayicacanga kahle hle kodwa ke sizoyibona.
Angithi lento engisho ngithi abo-referee they are under extreme scrutiny manje. Lama decision lawa yibo
angacacile
abafakela istofu.
Bafaka nje emlilweni. Bhola ke asinalo ibhola liba lithintile esandleni.
Unotata.
Thintile kodwa ke engibhekile ukuthi lishintshile ni i-direction lebhola.
Hayi. Amakoporoji lawa.
U-Angelo ukuthi uzokwenza njani ke usabathwele lapha ke u-Angelo bambuyisela kuye futhi ke bebona offside lethuba yes 3-1
yeah asibheka ama-assistant ukuthi bayiboni ke ngelinye ilihlo mara it's a very good goal from Golden Arrows.
Yeah, bayisebenzile.
We spoke about this offensive transition. Van Rooyen takes the matters into his hands, so you born from a slow motion, very well played move by Golden Arrows.
Uyisebenzile lafana Angelo Van Rooyen usebenze ngempela nalo ke igoli lesithathu umthizo uthola umsebenzi olula
kalula
bamsebenzele
thatha idla
bamsebenzele ngempela nanga okuyena ozokwasekugcineni
una offside izonke
ziphelele zonke
i7 colors good very good goal from
lafana kumfaka umthizo ayikho ke into kodwa na indoda umthakathi wendaba yena lapho Angelo Van Rooyen usebenze umsebenzi ke omkhulu
very important role but again to know Unox it's a goal for Unox needs the confidence of getting into score sheets again.
Then only the couple of changes that Gavin Hunt has made from their last outing in the league some 2 weeks ago. In comes Sianda Kulu in the defense. No Onismo Basera, he is on the bench. Rapa Moralo has also been dropped from the starting lineup, and he will start on the bench for this one. Play formation. We'll get to that in a moment. Polokwane City, well, it's as you were for Lehlonono Seema. He hasn't tinkered with his side from their last outing as well, some 2 weeks ago, when before the international break, they managed a 0-0 draw in the Polokwane derby against Kukuna United. So it's exactly the same lineup, and in that you got Lebohanga Kiblilani Nikani Tabam Juli, and he puts a blast off whistle, and we are underway. Matsatsansa Apito Lake takes it through. Lake again with a cross. What? Oh, just wide. Got up very well there. Lake.
And that's Super Sport at their best. Second attempt here, okay, just popping it in the area. Gidaro, and exceptionally well to get to that. Just missing out on the far post. Just a nice dink there from Lekay. Lunge.
Now, opens up here for Polokwane City. Mapena, beautiful pass from Ndumiso Mapena. And an excellent challenger from Fumitsai to block Ramabu, keep Ramabu out. What a pass
from the central midfield as well now, okay.
New role for him now. because he used to be more of the left wing back at Sundowns. Maharman, that's a great ball to Grobler, denied by the upright, so unlucky. That's a great passage of play there. Nice ball from a wonderful ball from Maharman to find Grobler. And they did everything right there. Just the plumbing came to the rescue there for Polokwane City. Here's Maharman again. Took a deflection on its way through. Was trying to win this campaign.
Pulling the strings there is Maharman, and an excellent strike there. Grobler knows his angle so well. Tried to get it in the far post, and
look at it. Didn't get right. Nanga's giving it away. Nets could be in the air for Apollos here. Chance for Apollos to open the scoring! Was that over the line? It looked like it was. Yes, it is! Oswin Apollos against his former club. It was written in the stars, wasn't it? Apollos gets his third goal in the colours of Polokwane.
Clear. See Nange just missing out there. Brilliant ball played through. Nice touch to set it up. Opened up his body very nicely. You could see it did cross the line there. And Apollos, see that first touch sets it up nicely. Opens the body through the legs of the goalkeeper. And this is clarification that, yes, it has crossed the line.
And the whole of the ball crossed the line there. No need for goal line technology. So, Maharman. Nice touch from Bradley Grobler. Slips as he gets across in, but Igodaro rises well again. But just never in control, a hard landing there.
Well, there was brilliant 1-2 from Grobler and Maharman with another excellent ball played into the box. And Maharman, you could see just reaching out there. Unfortunately, the captain Nikani just underneath Igodaro.
Oh, a spectacular effort there from the skipper. And Mabena could scramble this home, but the whistle had gone there for... I'm not sure what the ref would have blown for, because I don't think it was Mabena that fouled the keeper.
Ramavu with excellent delivery there. Acrobatics on display here from Polokwane.
Was a handball there from Mabena?
I think it was a handball.
I think he might have caught Igodaro. Of course, he's South African. I keep forgetting his father is Nigerian, but he's born and raised here in South Africa. Is Ime Okon, but of course he would qualify to play for his. Oh my word! On his near post, Ricardo Costa is beaten, and Polokwane City double their lead on the stroke of half time. What happened there? I don't know whether. I mean, even Leshana Nasema looks like embarrassed with the way that one happened. 2 goals down. Take a look at this again. That's Ramabu. And then just snatches at it, really. Never even really. He just hit it first time. Take a look at it. See how it comes through to Mapangule. Inadvertent, I'm not even sure it was a pass. So there, slight deflection there. Hard to tell. Let's see here. This angle will tell us. No deflection. The ball just trickles into the net. And well, it wasn't even quite covering the post. Was Apollos on his bike. Chance to fire one in now. Never really in control of that one. From Ndlovu.
That man, Mabena pulling the strings and falling.
It's opening up here. Can Fumizai pick out someone? It's a great ball from Fumizai. Chance to hit it on the follow up from Jukamanja. Great chance for SuperSport here.
And you'd want it to fall for Jukamanja. Let's see, brilliant ball played in there. Picking up the pieces at the edge of the box there is Jukamanja. Just couldn't manage to get clear contact on that one. Scuffed it a bit.
Complete. That draw so far looking like Polokwane City. Keeper did well. So watched it all the way and does well.
Acres of space in the midfield now. Polokwane losing shape there, almost dumping in at the far post. Attempt from Lungu. And parry to safety from...
Attacks again. Nice 1-2. Mapolis is in here. They can go third. Oh, trouble in the land of plenty here as Polokwane City hit on the triples the lead.
This is the magic of Mapolis. Milcon trying to close him down. Brilliant play. 1-2. Great awareness from Mapolis. He's been venomous. He's been poisonous there on the left-hand side. Dropping the shoulder there. Pass and move. Once again, Mabena involved. And Chauke, right place, right time. Bit of a bubble. He made sure that found the back of the net. It's Polokwane City 3. SuperSport 0.
There's no missing that. Off with the champions, Mamelodi. Oh, what a save, Sapunga. Great save from Sapunga. Let's take a look at this and at Sapfumitai. Plus 3. Poseidon at halftime or coming out of the break, he's gonna make his final change. As Chauke could sneak in here again to make it 4-0. Wow, gets a praise. That's Laisani Chauke. Laisa Chauke. Surely now.
To Polokwane City. Brilliant ball played into space. Excellent awareness there from Chauke. One touch to set himself up.
Mabena
and that
again.
Man again, Mabena, involved in almost everything that Polokwane City does. Brilliant, acute angle there. Well executed from Chauke.
Do we call that a secondary assist for Mabena? Chauke helps himself to a double. His first 2 goals of the season. And surely now a place. Mahaman. Poseidon, no. Wrong ball there. I'm not sure what he was intending there, but it sums up the night really for SuperSport United. It's been that kind of a night. Here they are in 2001 and that was in the League Cup as well. That was in this competition. And Tessa! Hey! Where did that come from? Whoa! Terence Rugamanja! There's frustration for Sapunga. Wow, talk about a goal out of nothing.
Direct play there from Goss to Krobla. One touch to set it up. A half volley from Jukamanja, catching Sapunga off guard. And as you say, no clean sheet today.
There shall be no clean sheet. Consolation for SuperSport United. Dare I say, I don't think you can even say put.
Run back, that's that.
All good?
We've got Stellenbosch FC, we've got Sekhukhune United and Golden Arrows who will be seeded. The other 4 teams are unseeded. We seem to have
on the left-hand side, we've got the other 4 teams who are unseeded based on them, not having finished higher up in the DSTV Premiership last season. Just to start off the draw, Emily, stay here. This is the unseeded bowl, and I'll ask you, Emily, to take one and throw it in there. And Kateko, I'll do the same. Let me just stare first. Hold for you, and I'll ask you to do the same. I'm gonna stare again. We are now going to confirm the home team in the first fixture.
Emily will draw out one. Let me just assist with the M's. Let's see who is at home. Polokwane City. Polokwane City will be home, but now let's confirm who their opponent is. Coach Lihlonolo Siema is waiting with bated breath. Let's see who is going to be traveling to Polokwane, and it's Stellenbosch FC. Stellenbosch FC will travel to Polokwane. Emily, let's carry on with the draw. Just ask you to take one. Again, Kateko, I'll do the same on this side. And I'll ask you to do the same. Yes, thank you. I'll say once more and ask Emily to draw one, and I'll help you there. Let's see who will be home in the next fixture. And Skukune United. Skukune United, Kateko, you can do the same. Let's confirm the away side. And it's TS Galaxy. TS Galaxy will play at home. Emily, thank you. I'll do the same on this side. And I'll ask Nkateko. Okay, let's confirm now the home team, Emily. Let me just help you there. Let's see who will be playing at home in the next fixture. And it's Richards Bay FC. Richards Bay FC will play at home. And let's see who their opponent will be. Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates will travel to KZN. No need for me to stay now. No need for me to stay, but I can stay here. Let's confirm the last fixture. Who is going to play at home? It's Amazulu FC. Amazulu FC will be at home. And we confirm, I think we've got a KZN derby here. It is indeed a KZN derby. Lamontville Golden Arrows will have a short trip, and they will play up against Amazulu in that fourth fixture. And that concludes our draw. We will be confirming all the fixture details like venues, kickoff times, and so on in due course. Thank you very much, and good evening.